So I have a question for you.
Hit me.
You ever have it where you're just like you're gaming so intensely, and then all of a sudden like you just randomly fart, and it's like just so fucking nasty, and you could just feel it, like when your chair gets like really warm, and then like you feel it waft up, and it's just like all you can think of is, oh god, I'm a stinky asshole.
Cody, when are you not a stinky asshole?
Never.
Yeah.
I don't. In fact, I take a strong stance against burping, farting, shitting, anything like that. Like, I don't even allow it on the podcast. Like,
That's that's literally the epitome of you. If it isn't, it's oh god, that stinks.
Welcome everybody back to Not Rich Just Bored. Guess what episode we're on? I remember this time.
Are we on 10 now?
Yeah, we're in the double digits, baby.
Ooh.
10th anniversary. So, what was the first 10 episodes like for you? Well, looking back on my life, well, considering I only showed up for about 2 of them, I mean, it was all right. That's what I'll tell Justin. I'm like, hey, Justin, we're on episode 10, but for you, it's like 2, I think, right?
Yeah. 3. It'd be 3 because he's been on 2, I think. I think actually no, he's been on more, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been on he's been on a few. I think he's probably been on 4. But no, I was just laughing because in the intro you talked about what my brother says about me. And I'm just thinking, because we were reminiscing the other night about how the one time that I got way too high and I was eating too much pizza, and how Kyle just kept looking at me, and like the whole time he's just judging me. he would literally just come out of his room and like shudder, like, ugh.
Yeah.
He would shudder.
Or you'd walk by and then you'd pause for a second and look at you and just shake his head and just keep on walking.
Yeah. Then he'd be like, "What?" He would be like, "What happened to the rest of that pizza?" And he's like, "It's really important to chew your food." And you're laughing so hard you can't even breathe.
Oh man, I was hurting, laughing so hard. What was the one he had there when he walked over to the box? He's like, there was 24 pieces of pizza.
Yeah, because I got up and I'm like, I think I'll have one more.
Yeah, I'm sitting there and because like, oh man, I'm pretty full. I'm gonna have one more. And he stands up and he goes over to the pizza, and then I'm sitting there watching TV, and I kind of like slowly just kind of look over, and sure enough, he's just eating the pizza out of the box. He has 4 pieces of pizza, which you already had like almost at that point, I think, a full pizza to yourself, and you ate 4 more, and then at the end, you kind of like snapped out of it, and then you put one like the 5th piece on your plate.
Yeah, I said that's enough. I told you I went up to get one, and I came back with one. Tell me I lied.
You did, but
tell me I lied.
You just forgot to fill me in that you're going to have 4 extra pieces.
I wanted 4 while I was up there. All right. You know, it's just, I miss the day when friends used to build you up, not tear you down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that doesn't happen with our friends here.
Yeah, and then Kyle, what the hell happened? Because I remember I sat down and then he said something, and I could not stop laughing. And I remember I actually had to step out of the room because I was gonna start passing out, like because I was laughing too fucking hard.
Yeah, I did that night. Yeah, I almost I could feel like a real like head rush because of the lack of oxygen I was
I
taking in
know.
because I was laughing so fucking hard from just
Well,
your brother.
people were saying with like a deviated septum that like if you breathe through one nostril for 4 minutes, you'll die. Like you'll get brain damage from it. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, hang out while you're high with my brother, you'll die of brain damage. You don't get any oxygen. You're just laughing the whole time.
Yeah, 100%.
There's another
Oh my god.
there's another greasy story from it was earlier last year. Another time that we ordered pizza and I got a little bit too high and I just sit there and we ate our pizza and then I passed out on the couch. I literally I can't even say this without laughing, but I remember remember you were sitting next to me and then you like I like woke up because I fell asleep and I'm just like what?
Oh,
I heard you just stop
I
your
almost
water.
spit.
But seriously though, I remember I remember I can't
Oh,
even, I just
fuck.
remember I woke up and I'm like, what? And you
I
thought
thought you were pranking. Like I
yeah,
was just,
you thought I was joking.
I was just like, I started laughing when I see you looking at me like a fucking deer looking at headlights. You're just, I'm like,
Yeah,
you're fucking funny, buddy.
yeah.
And then you just got up, just fucking left.
I ran over to the kitchen sink and I just threw up. I threw up like half a
Oh my
pizza.
god. And I remember because your brother, like, your brother was like a little concerned sitting on the chair, and then yeah, you made the noise, and he was like, and then yeah, you got sick, and he's like, "Whoa!"
Yes, and then Kyle's sitting there and he's like, the fuck did you eat? And I'm like, a whole pizza. But I just like I had so much. I just woke up and I had to puke. And you thought I was just pranking you. And all of a sudden I just run to the sink and I'm just like bleh! I just fill up the fucking sink with vomit. And then like it was probably like 5 minutes, but it felt like an hour. I was just sitting there like pushing vomit down the sink.
God, I don't
And
remember that.
then I'm like scooping. I bring the garbage over. And I'm scooping it in my hands, putting it in the garbage.
Gross.
And I'm
Dude,
like,
I just remembered though, like, I was in so shock after that. I did. You're sitting there trying to clean up, and I'm like, I have to fucking leave because this place smells so fucking bad. Because of, and the whole time, not only that, but I don't know. Your brother was also doing the fake, getting like making that sound just to like anx you on while you're cleaning. I'm like, stop fucking faking dry heaving because you're gonna make me fucking sick.
yeah, it smelled so
Oh
bad, dude.
god. Oh,
I don't know why. It just makes me laugh so fucking hard thinking about that.
fuck.
It reminds me of another funny story from when I was in like grade. It would have been grade 7 because I was in middle school. Grade 7 or grade 8. I think grade 7. But I remember I actually wasn't feeling good. But, you know, this was back in the day where you didn't stay home for nothing.
Yeah.
You know, nowadays they got fucking a sliver and it's like, yeah, you better stay home for the week.
You're right.
We'll email you your homework. Back then it's like broken leg, get to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck you,
100%.
bitch. But yeah, so I went to school not feeling good, and of course I didn't want to participate in gym class. I mean, I didn't want to participate in gym class on a good day, let alone being sick. But I remember
Yeah.
the teacher forced you, so it's like okay, fine. Again, nowadays you could probably just tell a teacher to go fuck himself, and then he can't do
Yeah.
anything about it, and he'll have to
I
give you a
think
passing grade.
Yeah, I imagine like kids nowadays can get away with so much.
Oh yeah. Well, literally, you can like be the worst student, and then your parents complain. It's like, yeah, he's a great kid. He passed. Good job.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, no, I remember I wasn't feeling good, and I participated in gym class, and we're all like just leaving,
Yeah.
and we're all leaving. Almost everybody's gone except for these. Like, there was like a group of 3 girls, and they're super hot, and I may or may not have had a crush on the one. But anyways, and they're the last ones exiting the gym. So it's me and a teacher, and I'm behind them, and then all they hear is me go, "Love too hard." I just unleashed this gigantic burp, like the biggest burp you've ever heard, like, and and they're like, "Ew," and then all of a sudden I can't help it. I just convulse. I just throw up all over the
Oh my
gym.
god.
I don't even know where it came from. Like, obviously the sickness, but it was so weird because I just had this random massive burp followed by a massive stream of vomit. And it was like life. It was like a cruel fate. Like, it's like, hey, those girls, yeah, they're just about to exit the gym. Yeah, they're just about to exit the gym. First bitch will make you burp to get their attention. And then you're gonna puke to embarrass yourself. It's like, oh, yeah, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Needless to say, the teacher let me go home after that, but
Yeah.
but still, that was, oh my god, that was embarrassing.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky that um mom was pretty like laid back when it comes to, like, if I felt sick, I didn't go to school at all. Like, yeah, I that was like such a fear of mine, like getting sick at school.
Oh yeah, it was a fear of mine too.
Yeah. Unfortunately it happened.
Unfortunately, your nightmare is coming true. Prince of Darkness. Your satanic highness.
Actually kind of funny that you brought up Megadeth. Apparently they pushed back their album even more, eh?
Oh really? Holy shit!
Yeah, I think it's like summer now. It was supposed to be, I think.
Dave's going for the Megadeth record of longest time between. This has turned into a Metallica release.
Yeah, I know, right? What, Dystopia came out 2016, I think.
Was it really? Was it really that long ago? I want to say it was like 2018.
Let's see. Dystopia.
Oh my god, it was 2016.
Holy fuck! Damn!
Holy shit!
That's wild to believe, because usually it's every 2 years.
Yeah, usually they're releasing every 2 years. Is Megadeth Dystopia good? That's the people also ask on Google.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to riffs, Dystopia is definitely a thrash album. There are really heavy parts with an old school feel. Thanks, Google.
Thanks. Yeah.
Good. Google.
God.
Google's always got our back.
Yeah. That was their 15th album.
Yeah.
Wow.
But still, if they release an album this year, they're still releasing albums quicker than Metallica.
Oh yeah.
And that's what matters the most. Because the old hatreds die hard, bitch.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually surprised that Metallica hasn't removed their music from Spotify. Like, Lars Ulrich would be like, fuck Joe Rogan. Every time I see Joe Rogan, I just think, fuck. It's nothing really personal. It's just fuck. Is that like in a negative connotation? Fuck.
Always like that. Jason. Negative.
Yeah, for anybody wondering, we're quoting some kind of monster. It was the documentary film about Metallica film they're filming the recording of some kind of monster. And that, if anybody hasn't seen that movie, I highly recommend it. It's fun.
Yeah,
I've
the
honestly watched
therapy
it probably.
session that Lars has with Dave Mustaine.
Oh yeah,
Just
it's
want my
funny.
little. Well, I just want my little Danish friend.
Yeah.
dig a hole, dig a hole, and smoke hash in the ground or something.
I remember you and me talking about digging a hole, fucking smoking hash through the ground. Those are the memories to me that are like, you know, and we never really had many moments like that.
Oh yeah, Lars is literally breaking down.
That's when Lars like puts his hands on his head and goes, do I feel some guilt? Yes I do. Do I feel some guilt? Yes I do. Fuck. That guy's fucking hilarious.
Oh god.
But he was part of that whole Napster thing, hey?
Yep.
Back in the day, right? So like, and they talk about that in that documentary too. But I'm just thinking it's kind of funny that like the Spotify thing, right?
Oh, I
It's like
know.
now like I'm honestly surprised that I could see Lars being one of those people that's like, fuck this Joe Rogan man. What has he got? Like 2 studio albums? What's he got? Got fucking nothing.
It makes me wonder though, like like Neil Young, he's gone, but I feel like I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like a lot more people listen to Metallica over Neil Young.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was more or less just making a joke because
Yeah,
like
but I oh
because
no,
yeah
I get you what you
yeah
mean.
because of that whole thing with Napster, but yeah, like when it comes, but honestly though, like when it comes to like the people that are protesting Joe Rogan right now, are they're just fucking stupid. It's all like out of touch boomers that are like,
Just watching clips online that don't understand, that haven't. That's the thing, right? Is that people won't actually look up proper facts. They won't go and like take the time to be like educate themselves on the situation.
oh yeah, no, they never will. It's never a matter of like understanding the source material, and
Yeah,
that's
and
why, and
that
that
isn't like that's the irony about it. I look at it. It's the fact that uh Neil Young is protesting or got rid of his music because of disinformation,
yeah
misinformation, or how he puts it, misinformation. Wow, information on this whole thing. But then he watched a video that also has misinformation, like in the sense of like he if he would have actually watched the full podcast or
yeah
he, it comes out way different than that clip. But because he
yeah
saw a 6 or 4 minute clip, he's like, "Yep, yep, they're promoting this."
yeah. Well, even then though, it's literally a comedian, Joe Rogan, doing a podcast, just having conversations with people.
Yeah,
It's not a fucking medical podcast.
no,
It's not okay. So, and this isn't like an excuse for spreading misinformation or anything. I'm just saying it when it comes down to it, he's a comedian just talking to people.
yeah,
And the facts that he's spouting out are facts from actual doctors.
yeah,
So what's the difference between these doctors and the doctors on CNN? You
yeah,
know? Well, it's like, oh, well, I believe science. Well, these are scientists that he's talking to.
yeah,
What makes them less or more of a scientist than the guys on the left, right?
yeah,
I feel like it's just narrative driven. And it's pretty fucking obvious at that.
yeah. The
There's people on the left side, there's people on the right side.
Not only
And
that, the podcast that he's has talked about in the past, actually, some of the stuff that they again, some of the stuff they talk about actually came to fruition. Like it actually, like
yep.
at the very beginning, the media would be like, "No, no, 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 no," and then this scientist, this doctor, would talk about this stuff, and then sure enough, 4 months later, all of a sudden, the mass media would be like, "Oh, it's actually this now. This." It's like, "Oh, wow, Joe Rogan just had that conversation 4 months ago."
Yeah, exactly. And there's things that could get you kicked off. Um I'm gonna look it up Twitter because there's things. Uh, there's things that would get you kicked off of Twitter, like literally banned off of Twitter. For saying them, and now they're actually just facts. Like I know one of them for sure was the cloth masks. There's like back in the day, if you said cloth masks don't do anything on Twitter, you would literally get banned off Twitter for saying that. Yeah. And now it's like all the scientists on the left and right are there's a consensus that they don't do anything.
Yeah.
And so what about the people that got banned off Twitter? Did they get reinstated?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. That's actually a good question. And it's kind of a lame because at the end of the day, it's directing narrative because people should have their free thought of what they want to believe.
Yeah.
And you have a platform that's censoring their beliefs.
Yeah, exactly. It's stupid.
But like, of course, and again, it's just so frustrating. Again, like I'm a very, when it comes to this stuff, like a very neutral ground. Again, like I'm not pro-vaccine. I'm not against the vaccine. I'm very your choice. And people that don't want to get the vaccine, I feel like they shouldn't be limited to what they want to do. And that's kind of the big thing right now with this whole here in Canada, and people in the States are starting to hear it too. Where they have this big protest happening in Ontario, and sure enough, it's starting to break ice because at the end of this month, vaccine passports in the province of Saskatchewan, you won't need them anymore. You don't need proof of vaccines, right?
Right. Yep.
So, yeah, which is nice.
Yeah. See, that's good though. That's, you know what I mean. That's actually good that things are moving along, and that's why, like I said, I can't be against the trucker movement, and it is another thing I want to talk about because I keep hearing all this shit about Nazis and white supremacists. That's like the big narrative that the lefties on TikTok and blah blah blah, wherever, social media in general. That's their big narrative right now, is that it's run by white supremacists and whatever. And I've said before, okay, calm down. Sorry, I was trying to do a reference there to a song, but do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm going blank actually.
I am the one, the wire son. Don't need a gun to get respect up on the streets.
Oh, okay.
It's a song. I'll show you later.
Okay.
So, 2 people in the chat got it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so what was I saying? Fuck. Short-term
you were talking about the truckers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So their narrative is about this Nazi shit, but it's like, and then like they go deep and deep, right? There's all this deep stuff about, because there's a GoFundMe, right? There's a GoFundMe that's like at $7 or $8 million or something.
It's at 10 million now.
Is it 10 million now? Holy fuck! Okay, I want to actually look it up.
Actually, interestingly, you brought that up. It's actually it's suspended at the moment. They're looking into it apparently.
Oh yeah, it says right here. Global News says it's GoFundMe suspended. But it's funny. I don't know. I kind of have I have my own problems with the GoFundMe, just because it's like I think I told you the other day. How do we know where that's going?
Yeah.
Because GoFundMe ultimately is by one person, and so I don't know. It's supposed to go to the truckers that are there, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. But
yeah, I don't know how. I don't know, like, unless like they're using that to pay for people's fuel and stuff, but like how you also keep track of that too.
Yeah, I don't know. But either way, the whole narrative on the left or whatever is that the GoFundMe was started by a white supremacist. and that's why it's like that's why it's the whole white supremacist convoy. But it's like, do you see anybody promoting the convoy, like promoting violence and white supremacy? Like,
Oh,
do you?
personally
There's
myself,
no,
no.
no, I don't. I don't fucking see it anywhere. And it's such a bullshit narrative, and it's so clearly fucking false. And it's like, yes, it's been proven that some of the truckers are in, organizations that
Mhm.
are anti-Semitic and stuff like that, and racist, like the Sons of Odin or whatever the fuck they're called, or
Mhm.
there's a few gangs or whatever, biker gangs, right? But
Yeah.
it's like a couple of guys that happen to be truckers in a protest. That doesn't change the fact that it's a fucking it's a protest about that anti-mandates.
Yeah.
It doesn't all of a sudden go to white supremacy.
The fact that it's frustrating with the sense that we have mandates and yet we have like, and they even talk about the trucker thing is 90, they figured like 90% of the
Yeah,
trucking union is like vaccinated, but it's just like it's still the fact that it's freedom. And why is there mandates when like
exactly.
most of this country is vaccinated?
And that's what it's
Why
about.
are we getting more strict? We're almost more strict than we were when we had like no numbers of vaccinations, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's what it ultimately boils down to. It's freedom.
Yeah.
And like I said, if there's one or two white supremacists, it doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day. That's their
Yeah.
own personal beliefs. And I tell people this analogy all the time. If I have a bucket of peas and I slip in a kernel, like two kernels of corn, and I just sneak them in there, is it suddenly a bucket of corn? No.
No.
It's still a bucket of fucking it's still a bucket of peas.
Yeah.
It's like, just because there's a couple people that are in the convoy that have certain affiliations, that doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a couple fucking gay truckers in the convoy. Does that make the convoy a gay pride parade?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, though, right? If it, if you go by the same logic, I could say that. You
Hmm.
know, if a couple of truckers happen to be, homosexual, it's like, oh, a couple of homosexual truckers. I didn't. It's all of a sudden a gay pride parade. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, because I had a conversation with one of my buddies, and he talked about like, well, if
I
they're
thought I was your only buddy.
yeah, yeah, you are, you are. I just gotta go. the what was his comment? It was like, it was about like the fact that there is signs of that. It kind of falls into what you're saying there, like fucking you can't go into like just because say there's four bad peas in that group, you can't blame the whole. You can't call everyone a fucking racist.
Yeah, they were corn, but all right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like
Yeah,
at the same time too, like um, there's a probably like, there's so many people there too. Like what are the chances that some of these people don't even know that those people are there?
yeah. Well,
You know what I mean?
exactly. It's the same with the whole violence. There's violence erupting. It's like, oh, they're causing violence in Ottawa. It's like, how do we know that's the truckers? Honestly, how do we know
Yeah,
that's not just like fucking assholes
yeah,
that are trying to provoke the truckers?
yeah.
Because I guarantee that's happening.
Hmm.
100%. I guarantee there's anti-protesters that are
And
out there.
the other thing too, I was like, again on that subject too, um, is can you imagine some guy arrogant like again I really found it really frustrating with that, but I guess that's their belief or on that subject. But what happens like they're called like they had like the talk of the Nazi flag and stuff like that, and it's just like so what happens if are you saying that they're all Nazis because of that? I'm like, what happens if there's like oh Jericho, hey, shh. Um what happens if there's like and there probably is like a Jewish driver? a Jewish truck driver. You're
Yep.
gonna call that Jewish truck driver a Nazi? You
Yeah.
fucked? Are you like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know. Like, it makes no sense. And the logic I always hear is well, if you allow them, if you allow a Nazi flag to fly in your rally, then you're just as bad as them, and it corrupts your whole rally. It's like the thing is that people don't understand is that there isn't a fucking Nazi flag. Because I guarantee if there is, people would have taken it down. I have Googled the fuck out of this, and Google is the most lefty fucking media company in the world. I guarantee if I put that Nazi flag or whatever, it's gonna show up, but it doesn't. Look, I'm on Google right now. Trucker convoy Nazi flag.
it's on Bing.
Is it on Bing?
Just fuck with you. I don't know. I thought it was just funny to say that.
No, but it's funny though because I don't know if you noticed, but they do they do like Google curates their shit, hey, to get like the most unbiased search results. I would definitely recommend downloading DuckDuckGo. They're much better.
Okay.
Like you'll get unbiased, like because it doesn't track anything. It doesn't censor anything.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Okay. So I see. Uh. Okay, so
looking at images.
okay, so there's one I see on NBC that says youth pastor hangs Nazi flag to protest restrictions.
Jesus.
But I don't think he's hanging the Nazi flag like to say he's a Nazi. I think he's what the sign is saying is
The government's being Nazis.
Exactly. Basically, the sign is saying like this looks familiar, and then it's like pointing to the Nazi flag, as in like that's where this is going. Which I have nothing wrong with that because that's exactly what happens when you start imposing mandates on your people, and people are like, "Oh, that's ridiculous. We're not gonna become Nazi Germany." You wait. You fucking wait, because that's how this starts. Do you think Nazi Germany happened overnight? Do you think Hitler just stood up at the local beer hall and said, we're going to exterminate the Jews, and I'm going to need all your help? Yeah, sounds like a good fucking idea. No, it happened slowly. It did happen in the beer halls. That's true. But it didn't happen overnight. It happened slowly, and then infiltrating the government, and then pushing mandates, pushing small things. Small little things at a time. That's what they do. They push you a little bit until you protest, and then they back off. And then they keep pushing. They find your breaking point, and then they back off. But then with this COVID thing, we got all these restrictions and these mandates and these passports, right? And people are like, well, what's the problem with that? But it's like the problem at these mandates.
No.
And that's my whole point about this. Like people don't understand. People don't understand that the world doesn't go to hell overnight. But it's baby steps. Baby steps.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And people laugh, right? People will laugh and say like, "Oh, you're ridiculous," because it does sound ridiculous. Can you imagine Canada becoming Nazi Germany? Like, no. It's unthinkable, right? But it's not that unthinkable because it could happen if they keep going. It's I don't know, man. It's fucking scary to me because the more we lose our freedoms, the closer we get to fucking communism and fucking dictatorships, and that's And people say it will never happen. It probably won't happen, but it could if people like these truckers don't stand up.
Yeah.
Because it's tyrannical at this point. It's
But like I'm glad that it's happened. This protest, you know, like a guy sits there for the longest time and just like goes, how the fuck has this not? Why hasn't anyone protest? Because the thing is too,
Exactly.
I was calling out in a certain sense with our country for the longest time because like you know the states they when shit was wrong, yeah, whatever side you're on, no matter what, there's still people out there and they're doing their protests. You know, we're in Canada. I feel like we're very, for the longest time until recently, we were just like, I just felt like we were just a bunch of social justice warrior, just a social justice warrior country. All we did is we just complained on fucking social media and it didn't do anything. And the government just kept on getting away with whatever the fuck they wanted, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
We're just a bunch of fucking babies. And that's why like again, like um I surf Twitter here and there, but it's more for like kind of like sports related or like yeah, sports wrestling and stuff like that, or for notifications and stuff when it comes to streaming and all that. But Facebook, it just sometimes it just gets harder and harder to go onto that app because it's just continuous
Yeah.
whining babies. Like if there was a way I'm almost at a point where if there was almost a way where I could fucking um have it where I don't have like I would just have the marketplace like Facebook Marketplace and Messenger. I
Yeah,
think that's
right.
I think that's probably what I would do. Because again, like, and that's what I do 90% of the time. I'm either like, well, that's the reason why I still have Facebook is for the Messenger because that's our huge communication between our friends.
Yeah.
And but like, yeah, and then other than that, I'm on the Facebook Marketplace looking for GPUs that are still out of stock and just kind of other deals too to see what is out there locally.
Yeah.
But
Block
yeah,
calls,
like
that kind of thing.
yeah, like but at the end the end of the day, like I yeah, hardly use Facebook. I somewhat use Twitter, but I don't like just look up information on there, and then Instagram. Instagram
Yeah.
I use the most because again, you can I guess you could say you could set up what you want to see on Facebook, I guess, but there's so much more bullshit on Facebook compared to Instagram. Instagram at the end of the day, I'm looking up a meme and then the search category is just going to give me a bunch of memes and then I just send them to my friend and laugh over them. That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
Cars and memes.
Yeah, yeah, you're talking about Instagram, you said, right?
Yeah, Instagram, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. I honestly think Instagram's the way to go when it comes to social media.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's just I'm the same way. I find myself like rarely, I do my things for the podcast on Facebook, and I'll check up on my friends sometimes. Sometimes watch some funny videos on there.
Mhm.
But like other than that, I can't fucking stand like the day to day shit on there. It's just
Yeah. And
people
like
fuck people whining, people fighting with each other.
you know a good example too is again like I wouldn't say I'm really left at all, but I'm not far right either because trust me, far right people are just as fucking annoying.
Oh yeah.
I had to get rid of there was like I think two or three people on Instagram actually that would always be posting on there and like just shoving facts after facts on the vaccination and shit like that. It's like almost like a rinse and repeat of itself. And it's just like I just remember I was just like fucking just shut the fuck up. Like it's so fucking annoying. Like get off my fucking get off my social feed or whatever and I just
Yeah.
deleted it. I didn't but you know what? I didn't go make an issue about it. I didn't go and fucking message them and be like, "Please shut the fuck up. I'm trying to enjoy Instagram." It was
Yeah.
as simple as unfollowing, right? Some
Yeah,
people just like and again, Facebook is just and Twitter is actually pretty bad too, but Facebook really, and it's crazy because Twitter, the drama is filled with like social media people, influencers and stuff like that. The drama's there, on similar subjects, but like it hits a little bit closer when it comes to Facebook because it's typically people that you know.
yeah.
So it's
That's
like, and like, and again, it's that idea that I try to avoid that because, like, again, like we all have a right to believe on whatever we want to believe, and if they, again, like, it's shitty as it is, if people for some reason want to fucking believe that these truckers are Nazis, that's their, that's
y-
their thought, that's their process, that's their mind thing. But at the end of the day, I've known those people for so long, I'm not going to let that um their one opinion cloud my um not judgment, but I don't know, my
no, I
feelings towards them.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Your opinion of them, right? Like
Yeah,
there's some people that like I have lost respect for because they're just so radicalized and so retarded.
yeah. And that's
Like
the thing, like I again, it's that idea that I don't want to be on Facebook much because the more I'm on Facebook, it ends up being like that scenario with that far right person on Instagram. I just get so
yeah,
tired. I gotta unfollow them, and I have no interest. And I don't want that. It just sucks how um this, like, one, social media doesn't help, but this pandemic, this COVID, if anything, they say like it destroys lives or whatever, but really it destroys like relationships, like friendships, relationships. It's just like,
what
oh,
what what
if anything, it's just divided people even more.
yeah, I was gonna say COVID has killed more people socially than it has actually killed people. Because that's
Yeah.
what it's done. That's why I've said it from the start. I think COVID was literally started by the Chinese on purpose to fucking turn everybody against each other in America.
Mhm.
They can't win against North America in a war. There's not a chance.
Yeah.
Weak motherfuckers. There's no way they could take on literally the greatest army in the world. There's no
Yeah.
way. So the only way they can win, they have to infiltrate, right? They have to
Yeah.
turn the enemy of my enemy is my friend. They have to
Yeah.
fight a war from within, and that's what I seriously believe. That's what they're doing, man.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing. That's what's happening, and that's what I'm trying to tell people. That's more important than anything is love your fucking neighbor. So why are we fighting these? Why are they fighting the truckers? Why are we fighting anybody else? Why can't we just band together?
Hmm.
Even if you don't agree with it, you don't have to sit there and cancel people on Twitter. Just
Yeah.
mind your fucking business. Like
Yeah.
they're just like,
If anything, like, especially um if then there's anyone that's watching this that's from the States, like uh Western Canada is very conservative based. Um, Not everyone's conservative, but a large chunk. Whereas
yeah, yeah,
uh, certain sections of East Coast are very liberal, and also the ones where the seats matter the most. Unfortunately, um, it's that what's because of that, with having a very left and right opinion peoples, that's already caused quite a dividance in our country as it is.
yeah. The division is real.
West versus east. There's points where fucking prairie provinces west side wanted to divide from east side and make their own country, split from Canada, which is that's so stupid. Um, but in my opinion,
Yeah, I don't. I,
uh,
I don't know how that would help anything.
I yeah, I get. I agree with you on that. And then the other thing now is that you had that already causing the dividends, and now what's happening too is this COVID has like caused dividends like literally everywhere
Yeah,
in the country.
100%. I
You went
100%
from
agree.
West versus East, or yeah, West versus East to literally people in the West literally fighting each other, to East people also fighting each other too. Like it's a disaster.
Yeah, while we should be, we should be banding together. We really should be. And it is disheartening. And like I'm not gonna fucking lie. It's disheartening to see, you know, how things are going.
Hmm.
Because just like at this time in our lives, we should all be banding together.
Yeah.
We should not be dividing. And
Hmm.
and that's probably hilarious to some people from the guy that was just screaming about the convoy. But
Yeah.
but honestly though, I don't think this convoy is a bad thing.
No.
I think the reality of this convoy, it's it's the example of what everybody's thinking but doesn't have the guts to do.
Hmm.
Nobody,
Yeah.
it's like, and everybody on the left and the right, everybody who I know who's a lefty or a righty, they all say the same thing. We hate mandates. That is the one thing everybody has in common right now. We all hate mandates. Well, nobody likes mandates, right? That's the consensus, of course.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's what this trucker convoy is about. That's what this whole movement's about right now. Ending mandates.
Yeah.
Something that we should all be in on. It's not about Nazis. It's not about gay pride. It's not about transgender, double queer non binaries. It's about good old fashioned freedom.
Hmm.
And if we let our world go to a shithole and we end up being a crazy socialist country, like if you think if you think your gay and trans rights are being infringed upon now, oh boy, wait until you're under a fascist dictatorship. You'll be the first in the furnace. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Literally,
Yeah.
like that's what happened. Like that's what happened in Nazi Germany and shit. Anybody who is different, whether you're Armenian, which was the gypsies, which I've just learned that gypsy is apparently gypsy's a slur. I It's a slur for like Armenian people.
Okay.
For I don't know. I always thought it was just like girls that traveled around a caravan and lived off the land kind of deal, but like nomads. But
Yeah.
I guess gypsy's a slur, so
Hmm.
I guess I shouldn't use it anymore. But anyway, but that's what they called them, right?
Hmm.
They called, there's anybody who's different, right?
Yeah.
You know? So that's and that's kind of how the history goes, is that and every civilization that has ever failed has gone through this cycle, which is they're really hard, they're they're crazy hard, strong, and then they get too strong, they get weak. You
Yeah.
know, what is this? What is this saying? Hard times produce strong men produce soft times produce soft men, and that's the cycle. So because there's no war, there's nothing to fight. People have to fight something, so they go to this woke shit, right? But then the problem is they go so woke that they start the cycle all over again. They go
Hmm.
back to like fascism, right?
Yep.
And that's what's happening. And again, I know I sound like a fucking crazy person, but I'm serious. If people have understood history at all, this is the real shit, and this could go bad. This could go really bad. And then we'll be back in the fucking gulags, and then, you know, like I said, if you're worried about special needs rights and all those kind of, minorities, I guess we'll call them, or what do you call them? Special interest groups, like LGBTQ.
Yeah.
That will not be a fucking thing. If we get the because it. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Buck.
That's not good.
It's just like that's where it's heading. If we go in that direction, that's all I'm saying is that will be the least of your worries.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to go there.
Go on a different subject because we getting heated up over it. You're talking about NFTs.
Up. Yes.
There's something about scams and shit like that.
Yes. Yeah. I did want to. This is something else that triggers me, so I'll get worked up more. I gotta take a sip of water. Hold on, and puke up a whole pizza. Welcome to the Politically Incorrect podcast.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm Cody, Codeman. Yeah. So the one thing I want to talk about NFT is that there was recently a Minecraft NFT scam. So if anybody knows anything about Minecraft, you can host servers online, kind of like 5M for Grand Theft Auto. They have like servers online, and then people will actually pay to be in the server or like be a supporter, and shit like that. So these guys were creating this Minecraft server, but they made these NFTs, and the NFTs were like, I guess, Minecraft characters.
Okay.
But I think I'm not 100%, but I think the NFT that you bought into, that would be your character on that server. So if you want the zombie skin or whatever, you bought the zombie skin. NFT. But anyways, so they got all this stuff, and I think they made. Here, I'm gonna have to look up the article again. Minecraft NFT scandal. Yeah, because it was called Minecraft. Yeah, block first. Yeah, they sold tokens. So they sold all those tokens for $1.2 million. That's how much they made. And that's all NFTs for a Minecraft server, for fuck's sakes. And okay, get this. The server was closed. The server tokens, the NFTs, sold out in 8 minutes.
No way.
Yeah, they sold out in 8 minutes. The server was up and running for 3 days. And then well, I guess it was okay, so I guess it was up, and there was 100,000 NFTs, and they were worth about $124 a pop, and the server was up, and then they sold out. Yeah, so they sold out the NFTs because I guess the server was up before this, but once they introduced the NFTs, they sold out in 8 minutes, and then 3 days later, everything was gone. The server shut down. Their public Discord was gone. Their everything on their whole.
That can't be traced.
Okay, well that's the thing. Some smart internet sleuths found these fuckers, and because they left some remnants. Because you're never gone, right? You're never gone on the internet. People can find you.
Yeah.
So I gotta drink some water. Get heated here. So anyways, yeah. So people found them, right? And they found their private, I think it's private Instagram or something, or private Facebook. But they found them, right? And they confronted them about it, and then they, all of a sudden out of nowhere, they came to light. They're like, oh, we didn't really want to talk about this, but we were gonna tell you guys, but we were afraid. There was a bunch of bullying going on the server, so we figured it just wasn't worth it for, we didn't want people to be bullied on the server, so we decided we turned it off. It's like, you fucking lying piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my god.
Yeah, that's what happens to me too when there's people being assholes on my server. I just fucking delete the server. I delete the Instagram. I delete the Twitter. I delete everything. I delete the Discord. I just purge the whole fucking internet of that thing.
Yeah.
I don't tell anybody anything. I would be like, hey, there's some guys being assholes, so I blocked them.
Yeah.
But they're clearly backpedaling, right? They're fucking scared right now. And I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what can happen really, but I think I think there might be some legal shit here.
I feel like that's the thing. These NFTs, man, the amount of like the legal. I just feel like eventually it's just going to implode on itself, and shit's just people are going to get sued left and right.
Well, it's like I said the other day. I can make an original fucking joke T-shirt for Redbubble, and because it has a rune from Diablo in it, they fucking take it down and they refuse to re-upload it, and like they won't even fight Blizzard on it. Like that's and it's a joke. It's public domain, or sorry, not public domain. It's fair use. Because it's being used for parody, but they won't even fight it. But on NFT, fuck you, you can do anything.
Yeah,
it's like I said, there was a YouTuber, there was the fucking one NFT. What do you call them? A company or a person? But they're minting NFTs of YouTubers, using YouTubers' logos and making money off their likeness. It's like, how is that not illegal? Yeah, that's not even creative. That's not even parody, satire. Well, it's kind of funny, but it's nothing like that. It's just you're just using their likeness. That's just outright theft. That's what that is.
Yeah,
but that's all right. They made millions, no problem. But
that blows my mind that people actually even buy that for millions.
Oh, it's stupid. It's you know what? Actually, somebody said something that made me smile. I don't know who the original person is that said this, but I just saw it on Twitter. But it was that NFTs are literally a scam by the 1%, meaning the wealthiest 1%, right, of the world, to scam the 5% who want to be in the 1%. And I'm like, holy fuck, nothing more accurate has ever been said.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what it is. All this Bored Ape Yacht Club and all this bullshit, it's all made by 1%ers, right? People like, the Paul brothers and is it Sylvester Stallone? I think he was one of the guys at he was at the ground level in Bored Ape, I think. I heard that. I don't know if that's true.
Maybe. I don't know.
We should look that up. Sly Bored Ape. I'm gonna look it up. I gotta look it up. I like Sylvester Stallone, so I don't want to.
I was gonna say too. Isn't there something? I just saw something with Troy Baker.
Yes. I was gonna talk about that too, but I can't find anything on that. I guess somebody made a Sylvester Stallone Bored Ape to look like Rambo, but I can't find anything else. That might have been a lie. Sorry, guys, that was disinformation. But you know what I mean, though. Like people like Justin Bieber, right? It looks like he spent $1 million on NFTs, and Future, he's a rapper. He spent a bunch of money. Like a bunch of people, it's all these rich people that are buying them, right? And they're selling it to the 5 people, the 5% that want to be in that 1%. So it's that analogy holds strong. But before we get to the Troy Baker thing, I just want to say here too, with that Blockverse thing, in the article here, it says, after a few days of silence, the creators of Blockverse have finally spoken out. They explained that their project was not a scam. They intended to continue developing it, but rising energy prices, insufficient server bandwidth, and increasing player demands made them panic. The developers claim that they are disappointed with the accusations. This is a ridiculous statement because it is hard to imagine any other reaction of players to what Blockverse creators had pulled off. In addition, it was announced that there are plans to transfer the server and the entire infrastructure to another developer. According to the creators, this is to guarantee the operation of Blockverse. But it looks more like an attempt to shift responsibility to another entity. What's worse is the organizers intend to keep all the funds obtained during the first token sale.
Ooh.
Yeah. So basically what that's telling me is that they're talking about plans, but they're not giving refunds on those NFTs. So basically what that tells me is they're lying sacks of shit. And do you want to know how much money they made? We said the over $1 million, but there's an exact figure here.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta look up something first. Okay, so Ethereum price. Okay, so Ethereum right now, it's actually cheap right now. It's $3,404 Canadian. So, hold on. I'm dumb, so I gotta use a calculator. And they made off with 500 Ethereum in the end. So times that by that. Carry the integer. And yeah, $1,702,000.
Jesus.
That's how much money they made off a scam.
Wow.
And that's with Ethereum being low.
Yeah.
That's with Ethereum being fairly low. Normally, Ethereum's worth like over 5,000.
Yeah.
So that's 2.5 million. So, yeah.
Fuck.
Either way, I'm not going to mention who those guys are because I don't think they need. I don't think they deserve any publicity. They're fucking scumbags. Fuck them. Anyways, we'll move on to the Troy Baker thing. Unless you were gonna say something.
That's what I was kind of curious about, is this Troy Baker thing.
Because I'm sure you know Troy Baker, right?
Yeah, he's a pretty famous voice actor.
Yeah, he's done a lot of fucking voice acting work, from anime to movies to obviously mostly video games. Yeah. That's his big thing. Because what was he? He was in like.
He was on Uncharted.
Yes. Who did he play on Uncharted?
Nathan's brother.
Right. Yes. Yeah. And he played. He also played Joel in Last of Us, and
yeah, that was one of his big roles.
And he played Wesker's son, Jake.
Yeah, and he also played Joker.
Joker in.
I forget which Batman game, but he did play him.
Okay, yeah. I know he played Ryu also in nice. in Ninja Gaiden. I think number 3. It was one of them. But either way, everybody knows him because he's fucking super famous in the voice acting world. And I'm not trying to make a shot at him here because I like his voice acting. I think he's a really tremendous voice actor, and I have a lot of respect for the guy for that. But he made a fucking stupid decision recently, which it's kind of old news now. It's a couple weeks old, and considering he's actually he's pulled out of it. But basically, what he was trying to do was he got with this company to make NFTs out of his voice, and they're called Voiceverse. They were the NFT company, I guess. But basically, it's so weird because I don't even fully understand it. But it's basically making it so that people can buy your voice. And then in, like, say, the metaverse or some future virtual reality thing, if you owned this NFT of his voice, then you could have his voice in the metaverse, essentially. Or you or you have the right to use his voice. That's what the idea of this is. But to me, it's so fucking stupid. And it's just more of that NFT shit that's just going stupid. And I just, I don't know. It's so. I think it was just one of those things where he saw dollar signs and just jumped on it, not really understanding what it meant. And I don't know. It's just, I think it's fucking stupid because, I mean, everybody knows that so if somebody has the rights to use your voice, what if they say some fucking ridiculous shit with your voice? And then that somehow
really could backfire.
Get somewhere on the internet. Like, there's a little thing, what's it called? Internet? Yeah. It's called the internet. It's been around for a couple of years. And it's, say somebody took your voice and made a video of you saying, like, I hate such and such. And they made you say some regrettable words. That might be a little problematic, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That would have been my first thing. Like, again, all I could think is that he saw dollar signs and just kind of went for it. But it's like, dude, if somebody technically owns your voice, they can fucking, oh my god, they can make you say anything.
Yeah, man.
Like, can you imagine? Oh. I don't know. I think it's stupid.
That's just rough.
I think it's stupid. I think it's just like,
it's gone too far. I think NFTs are just a joke too. That's already gone too far.
Well, it's like whoever that wise person was on Twitter that said that. It's like NFTs are literally a scam by the 1% to scam the 5%. That's all they're doing. Because nobody I know, like no normal people are invested in NFTs. There's people that are talking about it. There's people that want to get in on it.
Yep.
But nobody like thinks it's a good thing. Like really, people just want to make money.
Mm-hmm.
And on I was gonna say on a side note too, I randomly came across this article that's it's the top 10 richest voice actors in the world, and it's really funny because it's almost all just The Simpsons.
Really?
Yeah, like number 10 is Mike Judge, which is King of the Hill, and he does all his own thing like Beavis and Butthead and all that stuff, so that makes sense. But then number 9, Nancy Cartwright from The Simpsons, Yeardley Smith from The Simpsons, Julie Kavner from The Simpsons. Number 6 is Dan Castellaneta, which is Homer, of course.
Yeah.
And then number 5, Harry Shearer, also Simpsons. Number 4, Hank Azaria, which Hank Azaria is Simpsons, but also I think he was in King of the Hill as well. And then number 3 is Seth MacFarlane. Number 2 is Trey Parker. Number 1's Matt Stone. It's crazy.
Why am I going blank on Matt Stone?
That's South Park.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Those are the
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, those are the South Park creators.
Yeah.
And also your favorite movie, Team America.
Team America, that's such a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because so 1 and 2 are South Park. Number 3 is Seth MacFarlane, which is Family Guy and shit. But then number 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That whole area is all Simpsons voice actors.
Oh fuck.
Crazy that they're all worth about the same amount of money. Even though like Dan Castellaneta does I'd say he does a lot more work than some of these guys.
Yeah.
I guess they all do the same. They all do a lot of voice acting on there, but
oh dude, they've been doing it especially the Simpsons, they've been doing it for so long. If anything, they've been doing the longest.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What's up,
And,
Gretzky? Losing weight?
yeah.
God, seriously, I'm fucking fat. That's basketball. Fuck,
Oh man.
I fucking love that movie. That was Matt Stone, Trey Parker. Did you ever watch it?
Uh, oh man, it's been a long time.
We
I
have
don't
to
know if
watch.
it's is
We
it
have to
on
watch
Netflix
it.
still?
It might be. I don't know. I hate googling that because whenever you
Yeah.
Google it, they're like,
Oh
"Of course it
God.
is in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Australia."
In Australia. Yeah, and then they're promoting, and then after that they're promoting like friggin' gets what are those IP address friggin' blockers or whatever where you can change your IP address to in the UK and then you
Oh,
can watch such and such in the UK Netflix in the UK version.
oh yeah. The VPN.
Yeah, VPNs. Yeah, yeah.
It got removed in 2020,
Oh, really? Okay.
but it was in 2018 it was added. What the
Yeah.
fuck? Okay, what the fuck? It's saying on January 1st, 2018, it was added on Netflix. Then on January 7th, 2018, it was removed. And then on April 3rd, 2020, it was added on Netflix. And then April 9th, it was taken off. So it's been on what the fuck? It's been on. This can't be fucking, can't be real. Cause it was only on for like a week each time.
It couldn't have been.
Not
I think there's a mess up there.
yeah.
But there's one movie that tops that though.
What's that? Team America?
Slam Dunk Ernest.
Oh yeah, Slam Dunk is fucking funny.
I was just messing around with it. Oh man. Oh
Dude, Ernest is the shit.
yeah.
That's like we always talk about the death of slapstick comedy, and it's true. It has fallen out of popularity, but I fucking dare anybody to watch those old Ernest movies and not fucking crack up. Uh, there's always our favorite part. Ernest goes to the or Ernest in the
Ernest goes to the
army.
army. Yeah, yeah.
They're like stand back, shoulders up, gut in.
He has that like shoot. I don't know what the heck.
Yeah, it's a bunch of gum or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he spits it all over the fucking guy. He's like, eh.
The guy can't get it off his face.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh shit. Yeah, yeah.
come on, guys. I could be on a team. I'm a team player. You gotta believe me. That's why I sent that to the group. I sent that picture to the group chat the other day of that sangria. Because I was like, Kyle, I got it the way you like it. The cow with the peels floating in it.
Oh god.
And that was a reference to Slam Dunk Ernest, because that's, if you remember that part of the movie where he's like Ernest, for a minute, just the way you like it. Yeah, the cow with the peels floating in it.
Oh god.
That's when they dump it on his head.
Yeah.
Plus Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is in there, so you can't go wrong.
Mhm.
I'm honestly though, I'm sure if people watch these movies today, they'd probably be like, Ernest Goes to Africa is racist.
Mhm.
Slam
You
Dunk
know what
Ernest,
though?
that's cultural appropriation.
Yeah. Yeah, I could honestly see that.
Are you saying white men can't jump? Because you're right, but come on. They can if they have magic shoes. What the hell is going on? We're done when I say we're done. Yeah, no. If you do you have anything else? I think
I don't. I first. The
yeah.
only thing really was
I told you to bring something this week
yeah.
that would wow me like Rasputin's dick with Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And you know
Yeah.
what you did?
Nothing. Absolutely.
shut-
You know why? Because
shot me
other
down.
than like our conversation we had today about the NFTs and stuff like that, it's been like video game wise, it's been very,
Oh,
very stale.
well, if you had Game Pass, you wouldn't be saying that.
Yeah.
You would never be stale again.
Yes.
You know why? I hope Corey watches this episode so he can love this part. Because you could have me and money and
Oh my!
me and more money and me and money and you.
What is that from?
That's Slam Dunk Ernest.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's
Fuck.
the really fucking cringy part where he like because he has the crush on the girl that works at the kiosk,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then when he gets to be like a pro basketball player, she's all of a sudden fucking cringed out with that manager guy, and she's all like, "You need money," and there's that really uncomfortable sequence where she's like, "You get me and money." And I always cringe Corey out with it because it just makes him cringe every time. Uh,
Oh shit. That's good.
okay, well, I'll leave with this because this is one small thing I want to say
Okay.
is that people on Twitter, this is just a PSA, Twitter and everywhere, anywhere where there's a comment section, if you have to say your 2 cents, that's fine. But at the end, if you put "Thanks for attending my TED Talk," I will literally kill you. I will reach through this fucking screen and I will strangle you.
Disclaimer: he's not really going to do it.
Disclaimer, I have supernatural powers and I will. Seriously? That I have been seeing that, especially since COVID started. I hear that so often. People will like have a rebuttal as a comment, and then at the end of the comment, they're like, "Thanks for attending my TED Talk." It's like, okay, fuckhead, nobody fucking asked. Thanks for attending my TED. Oh, I don't know why. Gets me fucking riled up. It's like you. All I think in my head is you pompous asshole. All I can think of is me waking up going, "Bleh! Bleh!"
Oh my god. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
I'd like
yeah.
to thank everyone listening to my TED Talk. So,
Oh, you're dead. Okay, do you see my hand through the screen?
oh, yeah. Definitely.
You're supposed to go, help! Bleh! Help! Or you could take the anime approach and go, how is he so strong?
Oh god, Jesus
I
Christ.
can't handle this. If Justin was here, he would like that.
I can hear Justin cringing from here.
He would love it. And we can't talk about cringe because we know what we did yesterday, don't we?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
You're like, shut up, Cody, shut up, end the episode, we're done.
yeah. That's Cody's TED Talk for the day.
But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Follow the podcast on all social media. Don't forget to donate to the Patreon. Just kidding, we don't have a Patreon yet, but we will one day. What?
Yeah.
Then we're gonna take all your money, and then we're gonna. I was trying to do another reference to some kind of monster where it's like, give us a bunch of money. Remember when they're trying to do that radio commercial? Win a bunch
No,
of
I don't remember
money and walk away.
Okay. Jesus.
Brad's like, I want to end the episode, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, is that like a negative connotation? But seriously, follow us on social media, and yeah, that's it. I'm done.
No.
We'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace out, guys.